Turn them lights down, let it go. What is it?
So close. So good. I feel like you're almost there.
I don't know what it is.
Baby, turn the lights. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
Is that country?
Yes. Fun fact.
What country?
I don't know. Not America. There's a guy that I played basketball against in high school who is a famous country singer now.
What's his name?
Justin Moore.
Oh.
Yeah. He was on a team that I disliked because they were very good.
Oh.
I think he's like 5'3"-ish.
He's not tall then, you're saying?
No, exactly. But
okay.
Everyone else on his team, we had one guy that was 6 foot.
They were all better.
And then the other three were 6'6" to 6'10".
What, you think you're better than me?
You think they were better than me? I think they were better than me.
You think you're better?
Yeah, boo-boo.
Hey.
Basket. Man, is this Patreon? Can we be real? Like, can we go 80% us?
We can be the
like
realist.
40?
Yeah, sure.
First things first.
Yep.
I'm the realist. First things first.
First thing first, I'm the realist. Is that a country song?
Can be. I'm here for this. 100%.
Tyler has a mustache on right now.
Oh gosh, I forget.
I don't.
Yeah.
You when you walked in here this morning, I thought, oh, this is going to be a special day. Especially arrested.
Today's episode is brought to you by Special Days, which you've made our day special by being a Patreon member.
Hey.
You know what's fun?
What?
Is how many Patreon members we have and who they are. You know what's going to be fun? Because right now, you and I are the only Patreon members.
Yeah.
We used to have some.
True. We did.
And then we killed them.
How many do we have? 3?
No, it was more than that. Well,
4?
Including me.
4 is more than that.
Because I was paying
I don't
for
think
a
we
minute.
had 4.
We were like $20 a month almost. We were almost paying for the transistor to upload our podcast. And then we quit for a year and a half. And
why? Why would someone do that? Kill the only good thing that you have in your life.
That's actually what we're talking about today. And that is we killed it because we were in protest that there was no Shang-Chi.
No Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Sean. That's actually his, that is, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm Todd. Let's first we'll tell you what we're talking about so you can check out before you hear our names. If you don't want to be a part of this.
Check yourself before
you wreck a Ralph. We're talking about a movie, a Marvel movie, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi.
And the Legend of the Ten Rings. The history of the Ten Rings.
Is that like the subtext?
My friend with the 10 rings. So what is it? My daddy with the 10 rings.
My boy with them 10 rings.
Daddy with the 10 rings. Is that what is it called?
That's a country
Legend?
song.
Is it a legend?
Yeah, the Legend of the 10 Rings.
Okay, sick. So that's what we're talking about today. And now let's get into who we are.
The internet meme of the 10 rings. That's really what that was their first initial pitch. That's why it took them so long to make this movie.
Internet meme of the 10 rings?
Yep, that was it.
I kind of like it.
I like it more.
I posted a meme on my Instagram this morning.
Of 10 rings?
Close. It depends how many O's were in the sentences. So stupid. I'm sorry.
So these are our Patreon people, and they deserve to know that we are going to try something today that we have never done before.
You're our first.
You are going to hear this either work or not work.
Will we hear it in our headphones?
We're going to hear this in our headphones.
Okay, sick.
It's going to be incredible. And what you're going to hear is the work of...
What is it? I'm so sorry. This is terrible audio.
That sounded like a badger trying to get out of the barn.
That was. Did you see that video of the badger?
I did.
Getting him out with the big shovel.
I loved every second of it.
Man.
Yeah, he really chopped that badger too. With that shovel. He was not like playing around.
He didn't chop it.
I know, but I mean, he pushed at it with the shovel.
He scooped it out.
He scooped it.
It was like Cold Stone Creamery.
Scoop. Poopity scoop that badger out of there.
Was Poopity Scoop pre or post Christian Kanye?
I think it was like mid-tribulation. I don't know. I'm not really sure where it was in all that. Mid-trib.
Oh, that hurt my throat and my face. Don't say
Kanye.
funny stuff like that.
Kanye. That's what it was. All right.
Gosh.
So we are gonna speaking of pre and post, I got to hang out with Joseph Tilley this last week.
You too. How cool is that?
JoJo is what we call him.
Call him JoJo Till.
JoJo.
JoJo till tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow never stops.
Man.
Tomorrow never dies.
Man, shutting the door
Tomorrow
on yesterday,
wars.
JoJo Till.
Sun will come out tomorrow.
He hates us.
Yeah. He doesn't listen, so we're good. He told us he didn't listen. He said,
I don't listen. He goes, are you guys still playing that? He said, I need to make a new one. I was like, well, we're very invested.
Yes, we are all in.
We're like a high school girl who's writing down the name of their secret lover over and over and over in their Trapper Keeper. And trying to see if their last name
maybe
works
use different
out.
words, not lover. Like secret person they're in love with.
Lover.
Oh my gosh, fun fact. Okay, so this is about the word lover. Okay. So, well, I kind of ruined the there, but it's whatever. So, okay, so my aunt is weird, and we were at my cousin's wedding, and we don't see her very often because, she's, she has issues. Anyway, so I see her, and she introduces us to this dude. She's like, hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh, so good to see you. And I'm like, hey, how are you? She goes, hey, okay. I don't remember his name, so I'll make it up.
Mel Gibson.
This is Mel Gibson. This is Tim, my lover. That's how she introduced the guy she was with.
Oh my gosh.
This is Tim, he's my lover.
You can't hear that and not immediately think about the act of loving someone.
Well, that and like, are there better terms? Like,
There is, yeah.
Are they not boyfriend, girlfriend?
No.
Are they not... Mm-mm. They're not fiance, but they're like dating. Yeah. Is this my friend? Like, why does it? Okay, so is that all you do? Do y'all talk about like movies and like your feelings, or you're just
Those are all things that they love?
Because
what is the alternative to that? Hey, this is Tim, my side hustle.
Or this is just Tim.
Maybe you
like let me assume the relationship as opposed to you being very specific with the activities you do.
That's how we need to introduce anyone you're with now. You just, hey, this is just whoever it is.
This is Justin Free, my lover.
Hey guys, this is
brought to you by Justin Free,
Joseph Tilley. And
I can hear it.
See how we did that?
I can hear it in the headphones.
Just Joseph Tilley. I know you can. It's because you have a long enough cable.
He's amazing.
Take us
so
there.
Are you.
Just Joseph.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Tyler and Neil Explain Everything podcast. Now officially your fourth favorite podcast. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you go to patreon.com/explain everything to get exclusive episodes. Looks like we made it.
That's your line. He's not even allowed to say that, Brian.
Okay, Brian, Neil, I have something to confess. I did not make up. Looks like we made it. I did spill coffee on myself, though.
Yeah.
While I was doing that. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You okay? It's Chick-fil-A coffee. Is it any good?
No. Have you ever had it?
No. Maybe for that reason.
No, it's not great, but it's also there at Chick-fil-A when you drive through.
It's not great, but it's available.
Yeah, it's there.
It's not great.
What is it? Is that Little Caesars thing? It's like, our pizza's hot and ready. Yeah, but is it good? It's hot and it's ready.
I'm ready.
Hey.
Bonesaw is ready. Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
That's my favorite Macho Man Randy Savage line. And he wasn't even I think he was. Was he playing himself?
In what?
In the first Spider-Man.
The very first one.
Yeah.
With Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Was that Randy Savage?
Is that his real name?
I watched that
Randy Savage.
2 weeks ago.
Bonesaw is ready.
You know, my friend, every time he goes to Starbucks, he says his name's Randy, and it's not. His name is Neil.
Get out of here.
It's true.
He seems like a great guy.
He's smoking hot.
He's
my lover.
He's just Neil.
Too much. Tyler, I'm kidding.
We're talking about...
We're just friends.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings.
Did we banter too long?
No, it was the perfect amount of banter. That's what they're here for.
Feels excessive.
Nope. No, seriously. So this movie is still currently in theaters as we are recording this. It has been out for about 3 weeks now. I think 3 weeks. And we're going to get into a little bit of how, this movie got made. They used cameras. And it's How did this movie get made? Cameras, you dingus.
Cameras and actors and director.
Yeah. So if you are in an argument with somebody at some point over the next couple of days and it's a heated battle, you can immediately one-up them with your intimate knowledge of the movie Shang-Chi.
You need to put the stapler back where it goes. Oh, yeah? Did you know they use cameras to film Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi. I can't talk.
Shang-Chi. And then they're immediately going to tell you, that's not how you pronounce it. It's Shang-Chi. It's actually Shang-Chi. And so we're about ready to tell you.
Say it again. I'm going to screw it up. I'm trying my best, though.
It's Shang-Chi.
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 Shang-Chi. Am I saying it?
Would did it were so simple?
Shang-Chi.
Would did it were?
Wouldn't it
Why are you saying that? Would did it say trippingly? Trippingly. Don't say trippingly. Would did it were? Do you know this back and forth?
It's almost from Hot Rod, but it's a different. What's the safe word? Whiskey.
Would did it were so simple?
Weird.
All right, this is everything that you guys need to know.
What's your? My goodness.
No, that's the wrong one. There it is.
This is everything you need to know.
Brian, save us. You said, you look like that's the wrong one.
I'm crying.
Oh, that was so funny.
I slipped. I wanted to hit I just didn't. I didn't do it well. Hey guys, welcome to our Patreon page.
Where
your $3 is making a difference that you haven't paid yet. All right, so it has been 2 years.
Hey, I paid.
I paid too.
That's it. Who do you think's gonna be our first?
No one's ever gonna listen.
Who do you think's gonna be our first Patreon member?
If we don't win back Edward, Yo-Yo, and Chuck, I'm gonna be really upset.
Chuck?
No, I don't know.
Who's Chuck?
It's just Chuck.
Okay. Chuck Defcoats.
It has been 2 years since Marvel introduced a new hero on the big screen. Think about that. It's been a while.
Who was the last one?
The last new hero? It would have been
Ant-Man was new, but
Captain Marvel.
Was Marvel only 2 years ago?
No. Yeah. No.
Okay. Which one is it?
Oh, I'm saying they introduced people in other movies on a screen, but like to have their own. So Captain Marvel, she's the first woman to get her own movie. And then the first black superhero to get his own Marvel Studio movie is Black Panther.
What about Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson?
Is that Marvel? I didn't see him come out of any of those rings during Avengers Endgame.
What about Pootie Tang?
Hey, mother.
What about
Shaft? You can't say that.
What about Blank Man? You remember Blank Man?
Yes, I do.
I like that more than I should.
Man, I do.
Back in the day.
So we are in the post-Avengers Endgame age. We're in the end game now.
We're in the end game now.
So Shang-Chi will play exclusively in theaters for 45 days. By the time you hear this, it will be on Disney+. But this is the new model for... yes, sir. I see the hand.
Question.
Yep.
Is it going to be a premiere or a premium or whatever where you have to pay like $30?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so
they
45
want to make
days.
that bank. Yeah.
Then
they'll have it out for, I don't know how long. They haven't even determined that yet. Is it like 30 days or whatever? I don't know, because they still want to make that money off of it.
Cruella was, I want to say, almost 4 or 5 months before it went from there to...
Did they have it in theater? They did. So they did a simultaneous release.
Yeah, same time for
that.
that.
So this is part of the experiment of the streaming, what do they call it? Day and date. That's the way that they talk about it. Day, date, release. That there is a movie theater release simultaneous with a streaming release. And that was an experiment. And think about it. We're almost at a full year of that experiment. And we're coming up on the end of it. Disney is the first ones to say, we will put it in the theaters for 45 days and then we'll stream it. And then you're still going to pay for it for streaming for a little while.
Yeah. And I'm going to pay you Disney Plus every month.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not going to let my friends get on my account and watch stuff.
Don't do that.
My kids have questions. Whenever they sign into Disney, they go, who are all those people? Like Papa Na, Jer Bear.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mark C.
I see all those. Yeah, get a little more creative with your names because you're right. Yeah, my kids get on there like, Dad, why?
Who is the Titus always puts his name as future billionaire.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love it. I knew that was him.
Yeah.
I knew that was him.
He wants to be rich.
I'd hoped it was you. But there are a lot
I am Patreon. What's up?
Hey.
Gamers. Sorry.
So as far as social justice goes, this is a big movie because there are a lot of people waiting to see if an Asian American superhero movie will be a game changer.
Okay.
And crazy little fact about this is Simu Liu is Canadian.
Really?
Yeah.
Like born Canadian or right?
Yeah. Okay, I've got a good friend of mine in Columbus, Ohio, that he is Korean, but he was born in Canada as well. Lived in Chicago for a long time. But so he traveled to Korea, lived there for like 10 years at a time, and then came back. And so it's like I didn't realize Canada was that big of a deal. I didn't even know where it was. I couldn't point to it on a map.
Canada?
No. Where's Canada?
Just above our neighbors to the north.
I know where Canada is.
Oh, okay. Gosh,
where Drake is still
super
sitting
weird.
up on that tower.
Gosh, Drake on the tower, like the Night's Watch. Yeah, winter's coming. This is so stupid, Neil. Thanks for giving me a few seconds to talk about dumb stuff. I have a friend. He's from there. His name's Ryan. I have two friends named Ryan.
Hey.
We're really close.
Ryan Reynolds
and Gosling. It's no big deal. I don't like to brag about it. We did a podcast on him coming next
week. And Ryan, that's my new podcast.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are understanding that, listen, this might be a game changer. We're not going to be able to solve racism or equality in 2 hours on the big screen. Or are we? But there's a little bit of a different sense about this movie versus, okay, let's just be really on. A lot of these previous characters are very Steve Rogers, Captain America-ish. And it's not like nobody's for them, but this isn't Tony Stark and Iron Man. There's like nothing that really ties us to this new character of Shang-Chi. It's like, we don't know who he is. So it's got a lot. It's like an uphill battle. And this is an experiment.
Yes. Just a fun fact about that. My son and I watched all the Marvel movies. Like we'd watch like one every night or two and caught up on all of them. He does not really have any interest in seeing this because he doesn't feel like it. I think he doesn't feel like it's connected to everything else.
Yeah.
And I've tried to convince him, but
well, if your son will subscribe to our Patreon, he can listen to this and determine.
You know what?
It does connect.
You know what? I would actually love that. But then I would probably be the one paying for it because he ain't making money on his gaming channel.
Like Shang-Chi is a character in this movie. It's weird because is it an origin story? Yes. But because we don't know where he fits in the bigger MCU, he doesn't want to be who he is. Like these other guys are discovering who they are, like Captain America. I mean, Steve jumps on a hand grenade. He wants to be Captain America so bad.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, like
he knew what he was
Shang-Chi,
doing.
yeah, he just wants to be left alone. He's ashamed of who he is, his backstory, his history. A lot like me personally growing up. I was like, no, my last name is not Greathouse.
Wait, yes.
Anyways. What?
I saw a TikTok from the body double that Chris Evans used in the first Captain America.
The skinny guy?
Yeah, he did a TikTok talking about like, hey, that was me. Here's what they did. And kind of talked about the process. Real? Yeah.
I didn't know. Oh, wow. I don't know why I thought, I guess it would be a real guy.
Yeah. And then they did the face stuff with Chris. I call him Chris. We go way back. He's from Canada too.
Chris is he's Canadian?
No, I mean, he's probably been there though.
Chris.
First time I saw him was in.
Chris goes hard in the paint.
That's not from anything. Kevin Garnett, it goes hard in the paint.
Okay.
But Kevin. Still stupid. Endless movie quotes. Anyways, doesn't matter.
It does.
No, I first saw Chris Evans in not another Team movie, so I felt like we were friends before he got famous. Even though millions of people saw that movie.
They did see that movie. There are a couple other big names in this movie. Awkwafina is in here. The spelling of Awkwafina is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's not trademarked, but Awkwafina plays Katie, and she's hilarious.
She did a great job in that. What is she in? She's in other stuff?
She's in Crazy Rich Asians. She's a stand-up comedian, but she's in a lot of other movies. But I think she's great. And she does this good balancing act of somebody who has no powers, who has no whatever, but they're just a really, really good friend.
Yep.
And a valet driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and actually that driving ability comes in handy a couple times. Yeah, so stay in school, kids.
Stay in school. Are we going to pretend that they've seen this movie?
I hope they have. But
okay, well, we're going to talk about it. So either don't watch it, or don't care, or watch it.
Don't watch it.
Pause
the
Patreon.
Yeah.
Go to the movies. Pay them 6 times what you pay us
for real
for 1 month.
Yep.
Come on, where's the value, people?
Golly.
Why are we bashing the people that aren't even?
They're great.
Tyler, Neil, I love that you guys.
By the time that someone sees this, I predict we will have other Patreon subscribers, and they're going to be great.
I kind of hope that we don't now. Hope it's 10 years later and it's still just
we're
you
still
and me.
doing this just for us. So Simu Liu is he plays Shang-Chi, and then this is directed by Destin Daniel Creighton.
Who's that?
That's the director.
What was he done though? Prove me.
He did this movie.
Yeah,
I don't know what else he's done.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'll look it up.
You want to Google that?
Yeah, because you're doing all the work
That's
right
fine.
now.
No. So there was a bunch of controversy that came out about this movie because the Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, he described this movie as an experiment. Now, That did not go well. So he was out there at an event or whatever, and he says, hey, this movie's a big experiment for us. But he was talking about the release date, the theater first and then streaming, because this is one of the first ones that they've done that for. And a lot of other people thought that he was talking about the Asian American side. And this is more because of the streaming and theater approach. And there's like bad it was very poorly misspoken. Words are tough.
Are you talking about what you're doing right now? Or are you talking about the
No. Well, yes and no.
He directed he directed Just Mercy. Remember that with Michael B.
my gosh. Yeah. That's a great movie.
I've seen it, but I want to.
You should. We're going to press pause on this right now. We're going to go watch Just Mercy.
Why don't you just explain it to me? Dance for me, clown.
Dance, monkey.
I'm just kidding.
So Shang-Chi, actually, Simu Liu, he heard about what the Disney CEO said, and then he tweeted out, it says, we are not an experiment. We are the underdog, the underestimated. We are the ceiling breakers. We are the celebration of culture and joy that will persevere after an embattled year. We are the surprise.
Wait, so the Disney CEO said it was an experiment.
Yeah.
But did he mean that it was an experiment?
No.
He meant because of the Disney
because
Plus.
of streaming. Yeah.
Did he clarify that?
He came back and did that. Yeah. But what happened is, so if you watch any of these interviews with Simu Liu, he's even on these late night talk shows. He was just on last night. He said, listen, this did not go the way we thought it would. This movie has been 10 years in the making, just waiting for the right time. And all of a sudden it hits, and now we're in COVID and pandemic and all this kind of stuff. So we didn't have the numbers that we thought it would have. He said, but it's still extremely important to Asian Americans. So when Bob Chapek says that, they're in the promotion weeks leading up to it, and it caused a huge swell of support for Asian Americans to go out and support this movie. So it could have been a publicity
How's
stunt.
it doing worldwide?
Wasn't.
Is it doing well worldwide?
We will get to that. I don't want to spoil that because we're going to use that later on in our Will It Rock segment.
Okay.
Worldwide.
Prestige Worldwide. That was the name of our office.
It really was. So there's a couple Easter eggs in here, and keep in mind spoilers on this. But so this group of people that are in that 10 Rings gang, is that a gang? I don't know.
I'd like to refer to them as just a group of fellas hanging out.
They're a bunch of pals, a group of fellas up to no good. So this is the same group of people that held Tony Stark for ransom in Iron Man. There's some throwbacks to Iron Man 3 in here. There's a lot of them. The dance fight scene for the first time that the Mandarin actually meets his wife, when they're kind of like, they're like floating a lot and dancing around. It was like a fight dance, which I had a lot of in junior high. Mm-hmm. A lot of fight dances.
Who was that guy you got in a fight with that you lost?
Brad Greener. Whoa, hang on. 3 out of 4. I won 3 out of 4.
But you lost the last one.
No.
You're only as good as your last fight, Neil. You're only as good. Bob, come on the podcast. We got something to settle.
Brad, call me.
I know, so I said Bob.
That's right, Bob. So the Jackie Chan stunt team are the ones that choreographed that dance fight scene.
Yeah, who are they?
He's great. The Jackie Chan. You know who Jackie Chan is, right?
I don't want no trouble. I love Jackie Chan, and I love that in every movie,
no trouble.
He says, I don't want no trouble. And then he beats every time the crud out of everybody.
The fact that you had that fast in there. No, I don't know who that is. I don't want no trouble. That was good.
Thank you.
So during karaoke, when Awkwafina and Simu Liu were singing, you notice they sang A Whole New World.
Yeah.
And it's when they were in the whole process of Disney actually getting the rights to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that kind of stuff. And they secured the rights to be able to sing that song, which was super easy because it's an Aladdin movie, which is a Disney picture. They sang a bunch of ones. Yeah, they own it. Yep.
What's the one they sang at the end with Wong? It was, that wasn't a Disney song. That was like
I can't remember which one they sang.
An old rock song or country song or something.
Hotel California.
Hotel California. Oh, yeah. Because that's what she does to confuse bullies.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's it. So there's a live streamer guy. That's actually his name in the credits. The live streamer guy who's on the bus, who's like, hey, guys, what's up? We're back here on the bus. He is the same guy who was in the Spider-Man Homecoming, who is filming him, who's streaming, and says, Spider-Man, do a flip up on the rooftop.
Really?
All the way back. Same guy. That was actually one of my favorite parts of the
Did you notice? Did you remember him?
From the other I got this on the internet. I didn't recognize him, but I was like, I like him. I don't know why, but I like him.
He was good because he was like, I did a little mixed martial arts when I was younger, so I'll kind of let you know.
I'll talk you through this.
Yeah, I was like, do you ever do that on accident and then you realize what you just said? Like I did that. I wore like a baseball jersey at like an important meeting because I don't, I would do what I want.
I do what I want.
I guess. And I wore it and somebody was like, oh, is that, I was like, oh, I was when I played minor league ball. Like, you played minor league ball? And I was like, no. And I said, but I could have. And then I realized I was like, oh no, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
And I go, I mean, like not at a good school. Like I probably could have played. Like I could have walked on, and then I had to like try to justify it because I said I could have played.
Should have just left him with I played minor league ball.
I just left him with the lie.
Just leaving him with the lie.
That's the problem. I try to be too honest, and sometimes it's like I mean I could have.
Honesty is underrated.
No, but
So
honestly,
good.
honestly, who cares?
Honestly, isn't
there a drink called Honestly? It doesn't matter. Neil,
Honesty, there is, yeah. Razor Fist is the guy that they fight on the bus.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we see him. He's one of the main villains. It is rare that a main villain survives his debut film, and he did.
Yep.
He's still around.
Yeah, well, he's a good guy.
Yeah, well, I don't trust him
but I think
to do my laundry.
No, when
he's going to mix them whites. I just know
he's going to fold it up.
Everything's going to be pretty
sliced.
So Wong is fighting Abomination in the ring when we see him get into that underground fight scene. That's Abomination, who was played by Tim Roth in the 2008 Incredible Hulk.
But it wasn't played by him in this one?
No, I don't think so. I don't think his contract extended that far.
Okay.
That's wild, though. That's Abomination. And he seems like a decent, like he's playing along kind of
They were
guy.
friends. They walked off together.
Yeah, they did. They walked off together. So that Morris is a Dijang. It's the 6-legged, 4-winged, faceless, furry dragon. And you could actually buy that plush toy right now on Disney's online store.
Should we do that right now?
We'll give it to one of our Patreon subscribers.
You or me.
Well, it costs $60. We're going to need some more subs.
We're going to need a few more pates.
What have I done? The water dragon is a Far East origin. I didn't realize this, but he controls weather and water. All European dragons control fire. This is what, if you think about it, he controlled water.
Yep.
Think about if those two battle, who's going to win? If a European dragon fights a Far East Asian dragon, the one with the water is going to win, right?
Yeah.
I would think.
Every time.
You said that so confidently.
There's no question.
Yeah, every time, for sure.
Neil, I was built to answer that question. Everything in my life.
Everything has been leading up to this
Slumdog Millionaire.
Swing away, Tyler. So, endless movie quotes. There are 2 post-credit scenes, but I didn't realize this. I started thinking about it, and I did a little research on it. You have credit scenes, and then you have post-credit scenes.
Yes.
I wasn't smart enough to know.
Well, Neil, credit scenes happen during the credits. Post means after. It's post-tribulation.
Post Malone. What is
he's after the Malone? Did you see I reposted on
whitewashed?
Yeah, it looks like somebody power washed Jack Harlow. Power washed Post Malone. It was Jack Harlow. Because they got all the tattoos off.
Okay, let's talk about the credit scene. Now, we're not going to be able to talk that much about the post-credit scene because I don't know much about it. But
you didn't watch them?
I did. Some of the post-credit scene, I don't really understand. I think they're just trying to set up the new. Okay, let's say these a couple things about the post-credit scene. They are trying to set up the new 10 Rings gang. They're definitely going to get in trouble, but also they've never allowed women to be in that gang, and now they do because
she's a lady.
His sister takes over. She's a lady.
She's out there dismantling the whole 10 Rings system. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. All right. So credit scene. Wong interrupts dinner that Shang-Chi and Katie are having, and he takes them through a portal, which I really would love to have that happen to me in any meeting that I am in. Please, someone come take me through a portal out of this meeting right now.
And go.
All right. And then you pop through there and you're like, hey, man, it's me. You want to go play minor league ball? I'm like, let's go.
Let's go. I could have played pro. I twisted my knee. The coach didn't like the coach. They moved the team. What are the other excuses?
He put his son in instead of me.
He's blind in one eye. That's Seabiscuit. This is like my favorite line. He's blind in one eye.
Oh, that one gets me every time. It doesn't matter.
What did you say right before it? I don't want to gloss over yours.
I don't know. He takes him through a portal. It actually appears like he takes him to a place that looks like Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum in New York City. He's got like this hologram display, and also there's Bruce Banner's there and Captain Marvel there, but Bruce Banner's in flippin' human form. Last time we saw him, he was Professor Hulk.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden,
he's Bruce.
Bruce.
Hey, Brucey. It's from
Well, I was thinking of the. Is that Nemo? Because Bruce is the big shark too.
Yeah.
Fish off friends, not
friends.
food. Captain Marvel, she's got a different haircut than when we see her last. Who cares about that?
I do.
Her hair
think
grows.
she's great.
I think
her hair matters.
Well, it's because she's doing all those Nissan commercials. So Banner comes in. He says that the 10 rings, they have something called thermoluminescence.
Stop. Before that, do you know why?
Collaborate and listen.
Ice is back. What if I just sang that whole song right now?
You could.
I know. So you know how her hair is short when we see her in Avengers Endgame?
Pixie cut.
Do you know why?
They filmed it at different times?
Nope.
Why?
I saw a theory. Okay. Rambo, her best friend.
Yeah.
Remember when she woke up for WandaVision, the daughter woke up and the mom had passed from cancer.
Yeah.
That was during the time of the blip. There was theories going around. I think that was confirmed that she went to her best friend and had her back and shaved her head as she was going through cancer.
What?
To have her back. And that's why she had short hair.
That's brilliant. If they did
that on purpose, it's incredible.
Gosh.
And it's they don't never mention it. They just do. Marvel does a ton of that.
Yeah.
Behind
the
scenes,
they never say anything.
They never talk about it. It's just because I think they understand the importance of people on the internet. That we're talking about it right now.
That are going to dig into it. And
exactly. And talk, give them something. Give them something to talk about. Talk about your hair. Good. Why don't we just become a country music band?
Hey, Saturday hair. So the rings are older than 1,000 years. I did not realize that. And also they're sending out some kind of a beacon that is being emitted from the 10 rings. And Banner says, guys, stay safe. Welcome to the circus.
What did he mean?
He came out riding a little bike and balancing a ball on his nose. I don't really know. He just says, welcome to the circus. So it's interesting. So there's a couple things here.
Welcome to the jungle.
Sorry. Where's he? I don't think this pandemic is treating him well. Well, whoever sings Actual Rose.
Actual Rose? He's an actual Rose. Hi, my name's Actual Rose.
Kissed and you might think a rose, an actual rose.
And I'm an actual seal. Hi, I'm Actual Rose, and I'm here with Actually a Seal.
This is my favorite thing ever. This is good. This is really good. All right, there are questions that the credit scene comes up with. Where is Doctor Strange? I don't know. When is Doctor Strange?
What is Doctor Strange?
He could be dealing with Peter Parker in No Way Home. He could be doing his next movie, which he could actually be in the movie, not just doing the movie. That's Benedict Cumberbatch, but Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So there's some theories on that. But where did the Hulk go? So there's a couple theories out there. So he's still wearing his arm in a sling from the snap. And the Russo brothers, back when they directed Endgame, they said that in 2019 that the Hulk is not going to get his arm back in the way that it was ever. It will always be affected by that, even if just visually or strength-wise. But there's some fan theory that says that Hulk, if in order to deal with this and then possibly a crossover into the She-Hulk series coming up on Disney Plus.
Who's the She?
I can't remember who the actress is, but this is a Disney Plus series. It's coming up early next year. So She-Hulk is coming out. So now the 10 rings in the comics, they operate completely different than the 10 rings in the MCU. The 10 ring, you know what we should do? Hang on. We should 3v3 this.
Let's do it.
We're going to do 3v3.
3v3.
Welcome to the party, pal. This is 3v3.
All right, 3v3. We are going to do something a little bit different because the 10 rings in the comics, they actually fit on the Mandarin's fingers.
The Mandarin, who's the Mandarin?
The Mandarin is technically the guy that was Shang-Chi's dad. Technically, he is the Mandarin, but if you remember, it's the guy that
the actor
Ben Kingsley plays.
But
he was an actor.
So what do you mean they fit on his? In the comics they fit on.
In
his
the comics, they're on his
huge?
Fingers.
Is he big?
No, they're just not as big.
Oh,
so it's just like 10 actual rings instead of 10 wristbands.
Gotcha.
Because Shang-Chi and the 10 wristbands, the Legend of the 10 wristbands, doesn't roll off the
10 slap bracelets. I mean, that would be kind of sick.
I dare stop. Would you stop it?
The 90s are so in.
Stop it. So these rings have they fit on the Mandarin's fingers, and so they each have their own power. Each one of the 10 rings controls something different. We're going to list these out really quick, and then you're going to pick 3, and I'm going to pick 3, and we're going to see who wins.
Deal.
Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal.
All right. So the very first ring, it has a name, and I think it says something like daemonim or demononym or cinnamon. I don't know what it is, but it controls light and energy on the electromagnetic spectrum. That's kind of cool. It's a laser light show. The second ring is called incandescence, and it generates waves of heat and flame. Okay. The third one is influence, manipulates various forms of energy. The liar creates hallucinations in other people's minds.
Sick.
Or their first couple years of college. The fifth one, it generates lightning blasts. It's called lightning. And I want to know, like, do those ever hit people, or are they just like blasts? Like flat is like a flavor crystal. What is that? I don't know what it is. The sixth one is Nightbringer. Creates a bubble of complete darkness. How much darkness? Complete. Remaker speeds and slows down molecules. The eighth one is called Spectral, which is, isn't that like, Spectrum is bad internet in the Midwest. Never mind. It completely destroys a person down on the atomic level. Spin creates a vortex of air, which can be used for flight or fight or flight. And the last one, 10, is Zero. It controls ice and cold for freezing blasts and to manipulate body temperature. Those are the 10 rings. That's what they control.
That's incredible.
I think there are some people out there that were like, I wish it would control my browser history, but we don't need to. That's not us.
We're cleaning this.
We don't need that. All right. So
and if we weren't clean, we're smart enough with the internet to know how to clear it.
I'm clean in this.
We clean, or we can show you. So
we can't. So which is your first one you pick?
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
I'll do 3. I want to be an influencer. It manipulates.
My Lord, look at his follower account.
That's exactly.
I'm so intimidated. I don't even know how to talk to him.
Gary Vee, that's the new currency. That's the new currency is the blue check.
I like it.
I don't know why he talks like that.
I don't know either. I am going to go with create a vortex of air. And I know that you could use that for flight. You could spin around. That one is called spin. That's the 9th one. But I would use that for other things as well. Drying dishes. Air drying out the car. You get a spill on you. Vortex.
I spilled
spin
coffee earlier.
I could have used it. I didn't have that one picked yet. All right. Number 2. Oh, we're crossing these off.
Okay.
We're crossing these off.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying
Number
to be
9 is
efficient.
off the board.
Off the board. I'll take Luka Doncic. He went 3rd in the draft. He is going to be the best player in the league in 2 years. And he's
unbelievable.
It's whatever. I got 3 of his rookie cards in yesterday. It's whatever. Who cares?
Wow.
Yeah, it's
good for you.
Yeah, they're not the big ones, but they're fun. I'm gonna go. Incandescence. I used to burn incandescence in my room. When I was a kid. Wait, what is it?
That's
incense.
What incense? Yeah.
I used to get it at Gadzooks. I used to burn it in my room.
Michael Monroe talked about he worked at Gadzooks. He used to work at Gadzooks.
Yeah,
Colossians 2:8 was their theme.
Was the Gadzooks?
C28 was there talking about not being in this world.
Gadzooks was.
Yeah, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks was a.
We should explain Gadzooks to people.
Was it a national? It was a nationwide.
Nationwide brand. Yeah, just like Sam Goody. I don't know if that is or not.
So
no way to tell.
Yeah, I want to generate waves of heat and flame. You know why?
Why?
Because I want to be a hot influencer. I'm gonna have a theme in this, so go ahead.
I think that generating lightning blasts would be really cool. So I'm gonna go with lightning as my second pick. I think that would be incredible. Like you just walk into a room, like you're like, yeah, you want to be a hot influencer, but look at this, splat ow! There's some lightning.
You know what? I'm gonna rate that a C minus. Okay.
All right, it's your last one. Be careful.
I want to speed up and slow down moles. I would always want to be a dermatologist, so I want to. Not
like moles in the ground. You're talking about. You're like,
yeah.
This one's not looking good. I'm going to slow this bad boy down.
I'm going to cut this off just to be safe.
Oh.
It's benign, but I'm going to cut this off. So
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah, speed up.
I am going to help you with that though. So I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick 0.
Does that say moles or molecules?
That says molecules, but it doesn't matter. Moles, I think, are important.
Yeah, I think so.
You want to get those checked out, but I'm going to pick controls ice and cold for freezing blasts.
You're going to
freeze
off
them
moles.
off. Yeah.
We can get warts too. How about this?
And I got a list of family members.
I'm going to be an hot influencer dermatologist. I bet it'd do well on TikTok.
Oh, you would kill.
I would literally kill people.
The amount of people that would be stitching you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We could duet, and I could be like, oh, let's get that mole cut off, and then you freeze it off.
Man.
And then we're like, we're influencers. Peace.
It's going to be incredible. And then unknowingly, we're going to create hallucinations in other people's minds.
Absolutely.
Really, our powers
Don't
combined.
make them think. Yeah. We formed Captain Hot Dermatologist Man.
This is incredible. Hey, do you want to finish out with Will It Rock?
Yeah, hit the thing. Wow.
Kick it.
The question on everyone's mind, will it rock? The answer is probably yes.
I love Brian Fellows' voice.
So good.
Brian Fellows. I'm Brian Fellows.
How do we get him to get a podcast?
I would listen to it.
Oh, gosh.
We're actually listening to it right now.
This is his podcast.
Yeah, we're just
special guests every time.
We're doing all his in-between segments.
I like that he didn't come in until the 47th episode.
Nope. Will It Rock? So these two movies, you want to explain Will It Rock to people?
I mean, Will It Rock is where we insert Dwayne The Rock Johnson into the scenario and see if it would be better or worse because Dwayne The Rock Johnson is involved because he's involved in everything.
He's everywhere.
Be.
He's everywhere you want to be.
Yeah. Switchfoot.
Isn't that like Allstate too? Switchfoot.
I don't know if it's
everywhere
Switchfoot.
you want to be. No, that's probably like a Wi-Fi signal. It doesn't matter.
They've done a lot of
songs. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I feel like we're legally obligated to say the entire name. Is it Dwayne Johnson? It seems weird to say Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, honestly.
Dwayne Johnson works at the DMV, but Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He used to play for Miami. He's got a really expensive rookie card.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Simu Liu, they both had movies that kind of went head to head. They were split up by about maybe 4 or 3 weeks or so. Jungle Cruise was kind of going up against Shang-Chi. And so Will It Rock? We should find out if it'll rock, and we should see which one of those two movies did better at the box office.
Okay, let me put in the calculations. Indeed.
There it is. So, Jungle Cruise so far has gained 197 million. It's so weird that we're even saying these numbers because pre-pandemic numbers would have been off the chart.
Insane.
They would have been insane.
I literally went on the Jungle Cruise ride at Disney World
just this past week.
Yep. It is. There was
it as boring?
No, they were actually funny. Like they let the tour guide have like a personality and joke around. I was like, okay, so that's kind of the thing. They get to make jokes about stuff.
Well, I like it.
It was good.
That's kind of what Dwayne The Rock Johnson did on his Jungle Cruise.
See, I fell asleep during it. So, and I don't ever fall asleep, but I was like, I
never fall asleep.
I was watching with my kids. I fell asleep.
Shang-Chi has not released globally. It is worldwide, but it hasn't even hit in China yet. And it is already at 264 million. So it will not rock.
No, it's better.
Shang-Chi is doing much better. And it released, so they did Jungle Cruise was a date release. You could see it in the theater or you could see it on Disney.
Pay on Disney.
And
I wonder what the numbers look like on paying for Disney. I wonder if they sell a lot of those, like, what do they call them, Premier or Premium? What do they call them?
Premium access?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
That is. So I wonder how much they're making on that. I wonder, because you think $30, that's a lot. But
that's a lot, but
like
you're talking a household. Yeah, because your average movie ticket's about between $11 and $15.
Especially a movie like that, because you're going to see it with your kids. So it's like,
oh, yeah.
Kids' movies do better in theaters because you have to bring an adult.
Right.
Because they have to drive them there.
Or you just drop them off, or you let them drive themselves.
Yeah, but we wouldn't because we're good parents.
We're so good. We're incredible.
So it won't rock.
No, it will not rock.
Wow,
so take that,
Brian.
Dwayne.
Sorry, Brian. He said in the thing that it would probably rock.
Yeah, probably. And actually, most of the time it does.
You know what happens when you assume? You hurt the Rock's feelings.
He's so sensitive.
He is.
All right, this is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 slap bracelets. And you guys, you did it. You stayed with us.
We did it.
Thank you for being here on our Patreon page.
I'd like to thank Neil and Tyler.
Honestly, I'm telling you, someone will be on here.
Somebody will listen to this.
Yes.
And then it's no longer an inside joke between us.
Well, it's us and them. That's actually,
That's so cool. Like, okay, how about this? If you're listening to this, you're listening on the Patreon page, unless we like move it somewhere else. Mm-hmm. What I want you to do is I want you to comment on here and I'll send you something. The first person to comment, I will send you something.
Wow.
Is it going to be great? No. But will it be something? Yes, it will.
Yeah, you're going to
Comment
get something
on there.
guaranteed.
And say this, because I'll forget, this will be 10 years from now. I'll forget what I said. I want you to go in there and go, you told me if I commented, you would send me something.
Yep. Send me something.
Send me something,
Where my
Tyler.
money?
Where my money at? Get your money right. Yes, I am.
Hey, thanks for coming to our podcast.
Bye. TED Talk.
Bye.
I ruined it.
No, you didn't. It was great.
Thanks for listening to the Explain Everything podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Explain Everything Podcast. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but you're already here. We love you. No, actually, we're in love with you. Thanks for coming on our TED Talk. Bye.